Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 26 of This Homespun Life. My name is Lorianne and you're joining me from beautiful South Florida. It's blue skies, a sunny day, probably about 75 degrees outside. It's Sunday, December 14th, 2014. I hope you're all having a great day, great week, whenever you're watching this. Let's see what's going on. It's good to be back. I did not record last week. Had a number of things going on, and I figured I'd just wait until this week so I could get some things wrapped up for you guys. So today we're going to talk about a finished object, a lot of works in progress. Why? I don't know. And no weaving this week. I'm trying a new pattern on or a new design on the warp, and I've found out today I'm gonna have to rip back all that I had done. Just the beginning of this new design, not the entire one I was working on before. So I'm in the process of ripping that back, and it's kind of fiddly. So no weaving this week. Hopefully I'll have something for you guys next episode. And in the third half of the show, we'll talk a little bit about some acquisitions I had, as well as what I'm watching and reading and listening to. So, hope you guys are comfortable, and let's get started with the show. So as you saw in the beginning, I have one finished object this week. This is the sockhead hat by Kelly McClure. It folds out. It's really, really long. It's a 4-inch rib. It's a free pattern, so I'm not giving anything away. It's a 4-inch rib and then a lot of stockinette. And finally ends in this decrease. I like the way the yarn worked out at the top. This striping pattern was really cool. I don't like this little hole that it creates, you know, when you get to the top of hats and they tell you just to cut the yarn and pull it through the stitches that remain. And it creates this little nipple effect that I'm not really excited about. But all in all, it was a great project to work on. I love the yarn. This is Cascade Heritage Paint. It does not have a colorway name. This is what I had left. It's about 1.5 ounces, probably more. So there's a lot left. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it. Maybe another hat or maybe a project for my mom. I'm not sure. But there's a lot left. I'm definitely going to use it. Like I said, this was a really great pattern, really great project. It's so soft, and I've worn it a number of times already. So I'm excited about that. So again, go ahead and check it out. It's the Sockhead Hat by Kelly McClure, and it's on Ravelry. So definitely give that a try. And it's for that skein of yarn that you have that is so beautiful. You really don't want to make socks with it. I mean, not to say that you can't make beautiful socks. That's not what I'm saying. But it's those special skeins that you want to really, really show off. So yeah, definitely give that a shot. So that's the only finished object I have this week. But like I said in the intro, I'm working on a number of things. First, I've kind of resurrected a previous project. This printout is going to look terrible. But this is the Hito Fude cardigan. I know you've seen this everywhere. If you watch podcasts, you've seen this pattern everywhere. It's by Hiroko Fukatsu, and it's a great lightweight open cardigan that's all done with one strand. There's no cutting of the yarn to create the shaping or anything like that. So it's very interesting, great construction, and I brought this back because I really want to get it done very soon. I don't know how long it's going to take, because I'm really far behind, but I'd really like to get it done soon. So this is the design. You begin at the shoulders and work your way down the body. So this is the pattern. Hopefully you can see. You can see the design right there. Really pretty design. I am using Loops and Threads wool-like yarn in the navy color, and this is, each ball is 678 yards, 3.5 ounces, and obviously it's fingering weight. So I really like working with this. It's very soft, very soft, and it's going to make a really nice lightweight cardigan. Oh, and these are being worked on US size excuse me, US size 3, which is 3.25 millimeters. Probably can't see that. US 3, 3.25 millimeter. And yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm glad I was able to bring it back from hibernation. I really do want to get it done pretty soon. I hate having projects just kind of languishing, and I feel bad. So I want to get working on that. I'm about halfway done with the upper portion. Then again, I can't really give too much away. I'm halfway done with the upper portion, then I'll be able to transition into the body. So that's all I can say. So definitely check out the Hitofude cardigan. It's a pay-for pattern on Ravelry. Very inexpensive. Go ahead and check it out. The next thing I'm working on, I actually have to go find a printout of the pattern. So hold one. Alrighty, I am back. The next project is the Bailey's Irish Cream cardigan by Baby Cocktails. I was doing this as part of the Wool Farms podcast Designer Along. That has since ended in November, but I really want to still finish this cardigan. I really didn't put enough time and effort into it at the time. So I know that the picture is terrible. There are great pictures on Ravelry, so definitely go check it out. This is a paid-for pattern, and I'm liking it. It's made with DK yarn, and let me show you where I am so far. So I'm using Barocco Folio yarn. It's DK weight, 65% superfine alpaca, 35% rayon, and it has a gorgeous sheen to it. It's a very clear jade green. It doesn't have a colorway name. This is colorway 4554, if that helps. Gorgeous, gorgeous color. And so what I have done so far, hopefully you'll be able to understand what's going on here. When we last met, I was working on one of the sleeves. I've since finished the sleeve. It's now on a stitch holder, which is actually the cable for my interchangeable needles. So, and then a couple of stitches are on a safety pin for the pattern. So this is the lace portion of the sleeve. That's down at the cuff. Normally, you know, I like my sleeves to be to about the thumb joint. This one I'm not doing like that. I'm doing it to about right here, right at the beginning of the hand. So you'll see the lace detail about this far up, and then it'll start with just a stockinette sleeve. As you can see, the yarn works up really well. There's a great sheen to it. Even though it's very light, I can tell it's going to be super warm, super duper warm. So still attached to the yarn, and I have also finished the other sleeve. Again, on my circular needle, what do you call this, cable, and also a couple of stitches on a separate thing. So I've got both sleeves done, thank goodness. I'm so happy I was able to knock that out. And so now, and this is also still attached to its ball of yarn. So now what I'm doing is working on the body. Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully you guys. There's nothing really to see here. It's the very beginnings of the body. So nothing really to see. I've just done kind of the foundation part of it right here, and then I've started working on the cable detail that's going to travel the entire length of the cardigan up the front. So there's one cable here, and there's another cable on the other side, a mirrored cable on the other side. It's hard to see right now, I know, but you'll see it better as I continue. So I'm excited. I'm glad to really get moving on this. It would be great to finish this before the end of the year. Let's not be too let's not be too ambitious. It would be nice, but I think my real serious target would be say January 15th, 14th to 15th. I think I could do that. So again, this is the Bailey's Irish Cream cardigan by Baby Cocktails, so I think her name's Thea Coleman. Go ahead and check it out. Like I said, it is a paid-for pattern, but it's quite well written, and I'm excited to see how it will turn out. I did not say what size needles I'm using. I'm sorry. I'm using US size 5, 3.75 millimeter needles, and just get some long circulars. Yeah, that'll do it. Alright, so that's this cardigan. So I got two cardigans going at the same time, and that will be super strange when you hear, oops, when you hear what I'm planning to do in the future. So yesterday I was watching Dancing Geek, who is James. He put out a live podcast that was supposed to be done on YouTube but ended up on Ustream instead. And while I was watching him, I got a hankering to do something, to start something craziness. So you guys remember this pattern, right? The Zombie Vixen mittens, or mitts. I did it for, dear, when did I do it? It wasn't really for Halloween. I don't remember exactly when I got this done. But it's also part of the Wolf Farms designer along earlier in the year. And so what I got the idea to do is take this patterning from the mitt and apply it to a pair of socks. Because I finished my socks almost a month ago now, and I haven't done any more, and I've been itching to get another pair on the needles. So this is the idea I had while I was watching James, and so I've gotten started with it. This is where I am, which means I am nowhere right now. I just got started yesterday, and I started working on the cuff. As you see, it's nowhere right now. It just got started, but there are a couple of things new to me on this. First, it's the needles. These are the tiniest set of needles I've ever used in my life. I thought working on size 1s was crazy. This is not a 1. This is actually a 000. Why do we need to have 000 needles, people? Oh my lord. I'll talk more about these needles in acquisitions. So that's that. Also, it was the idea of taking a pattern from one item and transitioning it to another item. And I'm having issues with the placement of the pattern, where I would like it to be. Because remember, with the mitts, the pattern was from the forearm all the way down the hand to where the ribbing started. So it's all the way down that way. I don't know if I want to do that pattern down my leg, like from the center of my leg down to my foot. I'm not thinking I like that. So what I was thinking of doing is having the pattern down the outside of my leg and the, on both sides, so alternate. And I think that would be nicer, but that would mean it would end right at the ankles. Like I couldn't continue it down the side of my foot. That, I don't think that would make sense. So I'm playing with that. I don't have to make that decision right now because I still have to do the entire foot. I'm sorry, the entire leg. But it's something I'm thinking about. This yarn is, again, Loops and Threads Wool-like yarn in the, what is this? Sage colorway. And I wanted to try this out because I have 3 balls of it and I haven't made anything with it. So it's showing up kind of washed out right now. This is a really vibrant green. It's kind of, as the name suggests, like an herb green. Lots of yellow. It's a yellow undertone. And so I thought it could pair well with the mitts that I have, which are kind of bluey teal colors. So let's see how it goes. Who knows, I may rip the whole thing out and just do vanilla socks again. Because I do love a pair of vanilla socks. But I wanted to try something different. So let's see. And this is one of the charms I got at Michael's in that, I think it was a pack of 5 for like $2.50. So it's cute. It's holding my place. So, there's that. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that as I go along. And the last thing I'm working on, which is like partially a work in progress, partially an FO. Hopefully you guys remember these little tree, like mini Christmas tree decorations I was working on. Didn't do a whole bunch of work on them. These are crochet. And I haven't done crochet in a while. And I underestimated how long crochet takes. Like, because I'm so rusty, it's taking me forever to get these done. They're based, the shape of them are based on like a little Santa Claus tree decoration that's on Ravelry. I have the link. I'll put it in the notes. But all I used it for was the shaping of it. Everything else, I took off all the embroidery and all the other stuff that was attached to it. So, like I said, these 2 are crochet. They're just single crochet. This one, and I had done those last episode. I don't think I had done this one. This is also, I believe, crocheted. Both of these use the Vanna's Choice Glimmer yarn, I think it's called. It's the only yarn she has that has the silvery, shimmery fiber in it. So it's really pretty. It really works because when the light catches it, it really does have that little interest to it. So I did one in silver, one in gold. This is just scrap yarn. This one I tried something a little bit different. Again, it's Vanna's Choice Glimmer. I think that's what it's called. But it's done in black. So I wanted to see what it would look like. Looks fine to me. It's hard for you to tell because the camera won't focus on it. But this one I did knit. I knit using like size 1 DPNs. And I'm going to tell you the truth, this actually worked up faster for me than the crocheted version. It's still fiddly. I don't like working on small things because it's just fiddly and I can't be bothered with it. But it worked. I don't know, let me hold it closer. No, that's not going to work. It worked. I don't know how many more of these I'm going to make because I am kind of behind the 8 ball here in terms of time. But we'll see. It was cute. It was something to try. I have my mini Christmas tree on my desk at work. And it's cute. It's cute to look at it and think about the work I put into these, and they're just stuffed with fiberfill. So really that's all I'm working on right now. I'm going to show you a couple acquisitions I got, and then we'll talk about what I'm watching and reading and listening to. Okay, so for a couple of weeks there's been a craze going on about some needles that were available at Tuesday Morning, which is a little, well, I don't know if it's little. It's a store that sells a lot of things, you know, home goods, arts and crafts, furniture, all kinds of things. So I had to jump in on the craze, and I got some ChowGoo needles. Now, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll see I posted all the needles that I got from Tuesday Morning. I had gone there a couple of weeks ago when the craze first started. I wanted to see if my local one had them, and they didn't. But it was around Thanksgiving that I finally went back, and they had them. They had a lot of choices actually. So I'm glad I was able to pick up a couple. Let me show you what I got. As I said, they're ChowGoo. This is the price, $2.50 each. This is the 000, which I'm using on the socks that I just started, 1.5 millimeter. 40-inch 00, 40-inch 0. Oh, 00 is 1.75 millimeters, 0 is 2 millimeters. 40-inch size 1, which is 2.5 millimeter. 2 of the size 1 red cable ones, which is 2.25 millimeter again, but 24 inches each. So I'm thinking, you know, I could probably do it's not magic loop, what do you call that when you just use 2 circulars instead of magic loop? Or maybe I could do magic loop with them too, I don't know. So these are the red cable ones. This is a 32-inch US 2, which is a 2.75 millimeter, and a 32-inch US 3, which is 3.25 millimeter. They were all $2.49. I got, what's that, 8 needles for $20. Yeah, 8 needles for $20. So, excitement. I've never used ChowGoo before. I've heard many good things about them. One thing I did notice is these needles with the plastic cable. The cable has a lot of memory in it, so when you pull it out of the packaging, you have to work with it, really stroke it, and try and get that curve out of it, because it would be very uncomfortable using it in your project. And I found it a little bit annoying sometimes in doing the sock, but it's fine. It's, you know, it'll work itself out. When I took the red cables out of the packaging, they hung basically straight. So that was good, and I like the feel of it. It has a little bit of a texture. It feels almost like it's like a wire instead of plastic. Stainless steel and soft nylon cable. As opposed to what? No, they all say the same thing, soft nylon cable. But this has more of a feeling of, I don't know, not so plasticky. It doesn't feel plasticky. So I can see why people would really love these red cables. So I'm excited. I'm so glad to be able to get in on these. I haven't been back to the store since then. So I don't know if they've replenished anything, but I may go back this week and see what's going on. So yay. Thank you, Instagram, for enabling me. And I'm glad I was able to get in on it. Another thing I got was some yarn. Now, this pattern, oops, I'm so sorry. This pattern from Knit Picks is called the Salix Shawl. I made this project for my mom about 2 years ago, I want to say. And even though they call it a shawl, it's really a wrap. When I was done with it, it covered my queen size bed. When I put it out to block, it covered the entire bed. So it's humongous'oid, huge. This printout has the picture a little bit better, but it's crumpled. Sorry about that. But yeah, it's a really, really pretty shawl, and it took me a long time to knit this. A long time. So I wanted to make a version of this for myself because my mom really, really loves it. And I loved it once it was done. I pulled my hair out while I was making it, but I loved it once it was done. So I wanted to make a version of it for myself. So Knit Picks was having, you know, their huge sale after Thanksgiving for a couple of weeks. And I got in on what they had. Sorry for the crinkling. So, yarn, 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 yarn. That was terrible. I am so sorry. So I got the Knit Picks palette yarn in the color Aurora Heather. It's a gorgeous tonal green, very deep green with shots of like deep chocolate colors, almost black, as you can see. So it's like deep greens, lighter greens, and almost like a black. The palette is a fingering weight yarn. It is 231 yards, 100% Peruvian Highland wool, not superwash. So, as they say, hand wash, dry, flat. I got 6 balls of this. This is for the main part of the shawl, which is really a wrap. Then the edging is made with palette in the Bittersweet Heather colorway. This is rich chocolate, deep dark chocolate with it's heathered. It's a heathered dark chocolate, almost black, with little shots of gold in it. Not even gold, so much as like a bronzy tone. So it pairs really well with the dark greens that are in the Aurora. And then the very outer edge of the shawl is done in Almond. And Almond has this great neutral tone. It's coming up more yellow on screen than it actually is. It's more of like an oatmeal color. A little bit darker than oatmeal. It's coming up really yellow right now. I'm sorry about that. But these 3 come together to form the shawl. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see how it's going to work up. You know, one thing I found working on larger projects with single colored yarn is that I get very bored if there is not interest in the color of the yarn. The project can be great. It can have dimension, it can have texture, it can be lacy, but if there is no interest in the yarn, like changes in color or some kind of complexity with it, I get so thoroughly bored. And that's why I haven't done so much work on the Hitofude. It's a great pattern. It's a great lace idea, and I love working on it, but I hate the single note of the colorway. So I'm hoping that these colors, this rich color, especially Aurora, will help me make it through the shawl. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the shawl in a few minutes. I just wanted to show you these colors. I'm going to be working on that. And again, the shawl is called the Salix shawl. On Knit Picks, it is a paid for pattern. I think it's like $4. So if you're interested, go ahead onto Knit Picks and check it out. And that's it for this portion. So let me talk to you a little bit about what I'm watching. Okay, welcome back. So now you can see this is how I wear the sockhead hat. I actually fold over the entire ribbing portion so that it's a little bit shorter. I don't like having a lot of material in the back, so I just fold it over the back portion of the ribbing, and it flattens out really well. So I like it. It's super comfortable, very soft yarn, and I'm very happy with it. So I forgot to show you another yarn that I got from the Knit Picks sale. This one is called Indigo Heather. Again, you can see the variations in this one. It's deep purples, medium purples, shots of pink, maybe even a touch of blue. And it's really, really pretty. I only got one of these. I don't have a pattern for it. I was thinking of doing something for my mom because she is in love with purple. So I don't know. Tell me what you think I should do with it. I have to find a pattern that would use 230 yards of fingering weight yarn. So this is another one. So I talked about the Salix shawl, really a wrap. It's really a wrap. Because one, I really want one for myself. I'm going to make it either way. What I'm thinking of doing, I want to start it next January, probably about the 15th. I want to wrap up at least one of the cardigans. Hopefully the Bailey's Irish Cream will be done by then. I don't think the Heat of Fude will be done, but you never know. So I wanted to do that, and I want to put this out to you. I would like to do a knit along in the group starting in January, preferably January 15th to March 15th. A nice long 3-month project, but it has to be for you. And I want to call it the Cozy Knit Along, because my tagline is Let's Get Cozy. So it's been a hectic end of the year, I'm sure, for everyone. Have family over, doing knitting for other people, crafting for other people. And so actually now I'm going to change that from a cozy KAL to a cozy CAL, which would be a craft along. Cozy craft along. Knit, crochet, weave. I don't know so much about sewing. I don't know about the sewing portion of it, but something that you craft for yourself in terms of wearing or using to feel cozy. You can quilt. You can, quilt. Yeah, you can quilt. You can sew as well. So anyway, like I said, I would love to start it January 15th through March 15th. Give you a good solid 3 months, because this shawl is going to take me forever. It took months the last time I did it. So I want to push myself and see if I can get it done within 3 months. It's going to be for me. It's going to be to make me feel good. And I want to know if anyone wants to take part in a craft along for yourself to make you feel cozy. It's still cold. Still super cold. It will be transitioning into spring, so it'll take you all through winter and the beginning of spring when it starts to thaw out. So let me know either in the comments or in the group on Ravelry. Search This Homespun Life if you'd like to take part. As I said, I will be knitting the Salix shawl either way, but I'd love some company, so let me know. So there's that. I'm checking my notes. So what's going on? Couple of podcast things. I'd mentioned a couple of podcasts in the last episode, and a number of the hosts have gotten back in touch with me saying thank you. So thank you guys for watching the episode and commenting in the group. I appreciate it so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And it was my pleasure to talk about you guys. Excuse me. There are a couple of alongs going on. I mentioned the Knitworthy podcast. They're having a November and December giveaway. I don't think it's an along. I think it's just a giveaway. And it ends December 28th, so you still have some time to go on over to their podcast group, Knitworthy Podcast, and to share what you're thankful for or what kind of family traditions you guys have during this time. I need to post in that. I haven't posted in it yet. I am so sorry. I need to get over there and do that. So that's one thing. Wolf Farms is always doing a designer along. I actually don't know who the designer is for this month, December to January. I have to go check that out. But go check the Wolf Farms podcast. They do a designer along. They also do a hatch and knit. So whatever you finished within the month, you can put it in there and you could win some gift certificates or patterns. Knit All the Things, which is a British podcast with Cara. She was doing the sock head along. So yay, mine's done. So I don't know if there's a date, like a deadline on that. Just go ahead, get the pattern. It's free. Get some beautiful sock yarn. Go to town. It only takes a couple weeks. It's awesome. And you can follow the hashtag sockheadalong on Instagram. Really nice pictures on that. And I think that's it podcast wise right now. If I find anything else, I will let you guys know later on. So what I'm watching, what I'm reading. I am currently watching a couple of things online. I have Amazon Prime, and so I've been watching the Project Runway reruns. Started with season 9, fabulous season. Finished that off in like less than a week. Started season 10. I'm not into season 10 yet. I'm getting there. There's a lot of bickering on season 10. Not excited about it, but we'll see how it goes. It airs on Bravo on TV, but like I said, I'm watching it on Amazon Prime. On the TV, I'm watching reruns of season 7 of Face Off, which is on the Sci-Fi Channel. It's for I would call it creature designers who do makeup for special effects, for like horror films, for theme parks, just they tend to be very creepy. But it's still, there's some gorgeous work that goes on there. I love Face Off. And the new season is actually starting January 15th. Like I said, it's on Sci-Fi. I could not find it online. I found where you could buy the program on Amazon Prime, like buy the DVDs or whatever, but I couldn't find it streaming online. So I've been watching that on the TV. I've also been watching on TV a program called The Fashion Fund, and it's put on the Ovation channel, which is an art-centric channel, all forms of art. And the Fashion Fund is a program that's put on by the CFDA, which is the Council for Fashion Designers of America, and Vogue magazine. And they look to find emerging designers fashion designers in the US. They give them mentorship. They give them injection of funds. They try to get their brand off the ground to see which designers are really viable. And then whomever wins the competition is then given like a spread in Vogue and given a lot of great stuff to really get their brand off the ground. Some former winners have been, I don't know what season this is. Oh, I'm gonna have to check again, but it's not the first one. It's not the first one, but this may have been the first one they've put on TV. But some former winners have been Alexander Wang, Jason Wu, the ladies from Rodarte, Proenza Schuler, Takumi, all these people, Peter Lim, all of them, awesome designers. So all of these really great people who have been through the program for like 10 years, have come out and done awesome things. And so I'm watching this episode, this season. Like I said, it's on Ovation on demand. So I've been catching up on that. I'm such a fan of Anna Wintour, like Anna Wintour, and Diana von Furstenberg, and it's really cool. And you know what? Remember I spoke with you. I don't remember if it was the last episode or the one before, probably the last episode, and I told you that there are some shifts happening in the energy of my life. Like there are some things that are going to be happening. I need to get out of the job and get into a career. And I've been thinking about what I really want to do with my life and where I want to go, where I want to live. I know I'm an artistic person. I know I'm creative. I know I need to be in that venue. And I've been relatively open in my thinking, just trying to let the inspiration come to me and know and figure out where I want to be. And a lot of things that have been coming to me have been obviously art related, obviously creative, but they've been in the visual arts. So fashion, makeup artistry. I used to work in the culinary field a number of years ago, and my specialty was in the baking and pastry side. I did cake decorating for a long time, and so it's all of those kind of things where I'm working with my hands, I'm creating, I'm producing something that you can kind of stand back and look at and be like, I did that. So I'm getting the cues, I'm being mindful of them, and I'm getting an idea. I'm nervous though. I'm getting an idea of what I'd like to do, but I'm nervous about it because, to step out of the security of a desk job, pushing papers around, not using your brain, to step out of that and into your truth is scary. Because all the questions, what if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? What if I don't have enough skill, enough talent? What if the people that I'm presenting my stuff to don't like it? What if the public doesn't respond? It's all of that. But I'm getting some good vibes, and we'll see. We will see. I'm gonna pause for a minute because I need to get the book that I'm reading. So hang on. Alrighty. So in terms of books, I am listening to a particular book on Audible right now. Hopefully you can see this. Whoops. Glare. It's this book called Wool. The Omnibus series. Like I said, it's on Audible. And it is super duper interesting. It's by Hugh Howey. And it says this omnibus edition collects the 5 Wool books into a single volume. So I'm on the first volume right now. Excuse me. And it's very interesting. It's very dark, though. Not even dark, just gray. And not 50 Shades of Grey kind of gray. Just gray. It's some deep stuff going on in that book. But there was one thing that I was excited about. There was a character in the book who was starting out to knit a cotton sweater. And they talked about, a pretty tragic event had just happened. She was in her private space, and to kind of get her mind to wind down, she started thinking about this concept of proper gauge. And that's what that segment of the book was called, proper gauge. And so she was thinking to herself about the knitting needles, the materials the needles are made of, picking out the correct size needle for the project she was working on, because if it's too small, it'll be really tight. If it's too loose, it'll have holes in it. They described what sounded like a long tail cast on to get it started. It was just awesome. It was awesome. and talking about the cotton itself, the fiber, you know, getting it from the source, you know, from the plants, picking it, processing it, and then going even further into the people who have died and been interred into the ground, and their essence is now pulled up by the cotton trees, and it's in the cotton fiber and it's spun, and she's kind of like using the essence of her foreparents and foreparents of the people who have gone before her, and she's knitting it into this tangible thing, and it was awesome. It was really cool. So that portion was nice. The rest of it is some deep stuff that is like, okay, I need to do you in little chunks because you're kind of dense right now. So that's Wool, Omnibus Edition by Hugh Howey, and it's cool. I am reading a physical book. It is called The Crimson Petal and the White by, I'm going to pronounce that Michael, don't know, Michael Faber. And this was actually made into a mini-series, which is awesome. You can see it was originally $16.95. I got this at Barnes & Noble in the clearance bin. So it was on clearance for $4.98. I got it 50% off. I paid $2.50 for this book. Look how thick this is. Ooh, look how thick this is. I love a good thick book. Oh, I love it. How many pages is it? How many pages is it? 900 pages. It's 900 pages. I love it. But this one is anything but gray. I don't know how they made this into a TV series, because totally adult. No babies, please. No babies. No babies for the wool either, because that's too heavy. This is all sex. Not all sex, I'm sorry. It's a lot of sexual innuendo, a lot of actual sex. But more than that, it's about hierarchy in society and all kinds of crap. But it's good so far. It's an easy read, even though it's super thick, but I love it. And that's the only physical book I'm reading right now. What else? I think that's it. On my nails this week, I haven't done nails in a little while, have I? It's been a while. This is L'Oreal. Can you hear me? Excuse me. L'Oreal nail color in the Pop the Bubbles. Can you read that? No, you can't. It's called Pop the Bubbles. And as you can see, it's, what color would you call that? Tealy metallic blue with large sparkle bits in it. I am liking it a lot. I wasn't expecting to like it when I bought it. It was on clearance in Target. So I got it for $3. I got it for $3 in Target. I wasn't really thinking I would like it, but it's grown on me. It's cute. I like the big sparkle bits, big glitter. So it's cute. I like it. And I will have to take pictures of it, put it on the show notes. Not the show notes, the group page. Okay, that's it. I think that's it. I have a lot of stuff going on. Hope you guys are having a great day, great week, great 2 weeks. Hope you're having fun in whatever you're doing. It's coming up to Christmas. It's about 10 days until Christmas. So take care. Get cracking on those gifts if you haven't done them already. I'm not doing any Christmas gifts. I'm getting myself prepared for next January so I can knit some awesome stuff. So that's really it for this week, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I lied. I totally lied. What am I doing? I have 2 people to, maybe not even 2 people, it's probably more than that. A couple of you guys have announced yourself in the group. Watch me fiddle with my phone to find your names. I want to give shout outs to people who have introduced themselves in the thread on Ravelry. And this is taking forever because that's what happens. Give me a second, it's coming. So go on over to Ravelry, search for the group, This Homespun Life on Ravelry. And we've had a couple of new people who joined the group in the past 2 weeks. So let's see who introduced themselves on the group. I need the Jeopardy music to be playing right now. Okay. Page 2. No, this is page 2. Never mind. So we had Simone, whose username is UNEDK. I don't know how to pronounce that. But hi Simone, thank you for finding me on YouTube. We also have Renisha, whose username is Renisha. Also found the podcast through YouTube while surfing channels. So thank you guys for introducing yourself in the group. I appreciate it. It's awesome. And if you want to come over and say hi, just search for the introductions thread on the group and put your name in, and I'll say hi to you on the next episode. That's it for real now. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Have a great couple weeks, and I'll see you next time. Bye.